Good morning, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am live every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and usually I'm here to do a quick card, sometimes a little bit of a project. Today's card is a little bit of a project. It's not a standard card base. It's a really cool, fun fold that I learned this weekend. So I'm excited to share that with you. And it's also featuring the Yeti to Party set. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop so that you can see the stamp set that I'm talking about and the amazing exclusive dies that are available to go with it right now. So here is Yeti to Party. And this stamp set is in our mini catalog. And then I have the dies here, the Yeti dies. These are not in our catalog. These are an exclusive Perfect Partners promotion. That's a mouthful. That's happening for the month of September only, which means we only have 3 days left in this promotion. I've put a link in the description of this video to go see all the Perfect Partners. I believe there's 6 stamp sets that have exclusive coordinating dies as part of the promotion. And what I love is that these dies cut out pieces that are in the stamp set, but then we also have some additional pieces that add some extra fun. So like the scarf for a Yeti, or to be able to cut out the mountains, but then cut out the mountain tops separately so we can have those nice white mountain tops on there. And of course the little cave door. It's so cute. So yeah, kind of a fun thing. And so we're going to start creating with these. I'll show you how they work. And yeah, we'll just have some fun with it. So I'm going to move this out of the way. As you pop on, if you want to say hi, I love to know who's here and watching. All right. So today I have, it's kind of like a standard card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5. But I haven't scored it at 4 1/4 like I would normally. Instead, I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. You could also use a simply scored board. But so I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. If you're the type of person who mistakes your scoring blades with your cutting blades, just take your cutting blade off right now. We're not doing any cutting. I'm just going to pop mine up to the top. And I'm going to take this piece, and let's see if I can get this lined up so you guys can see. I am going to score it at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and again, I'm going to score it at well, you could score it at 8. I'm actually going to just flip it around and score it at the half because I know that that's my 8. That way I don't have to open up the big long blade on my board. So I've scored it at 2, 4, 6, and 8. All right, so that is how we're going to get started with this card. Now, in this little 1/2 inch strip that we have, I'm going to use some. You could use tear and tape, you could use Seal Plus. I'm going to use some tear and tape because I like a good strong hold. Plus, it's easier for you guys to see where I've put my adhesive when I use tear and tape. So I'm putting this right near the fold, not on the score line, but right beside the score line. Okay, so there we have it. I've got that piece of tear and tape there. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold this kind of in half, and then I'm going to fold this little piece down, and you can see it's going to line up perfectly there. So with those folds done, I'm going to pull off my tear and tape backing. And there we go. And I'm going to close that up and let it seal. So, oh, you're hoping to get the waterfall dies. That's awesome. Yeah, they are really beautiful. There's the waterfalls, the apples, all sorts of things. And I actually have a little special going on today. If you use my host code in the description, For any order, it doesn't have to be for the Yeti dies, any order over 65, I'm going to send you the PDF tutorial for this card, as well as a special Perfect Partners 8-card tutorial that I created with some team members. And it features, I think, all of the sets, and there are 2 Yeti cards in there as well. So it's a really cool tutorial. And then I'm going to be using the adhesive back sequins and gems today on today's card. So I'm also going to throw in a pack of these as a thank you for anybody who places that $65 order before this Perfect Partners promotion is done. All right, so back to our card. We scored it at 2, 4, 6, 8. Put a little piece of tape on the 1/2-inch strip, folded it over, and now we've created this little box. If I fold it the other way, it truly finishes making that box shape. Now my seam is here, so I'm going to make sure that that's on the back. And with that on the back, I'm going to glue down 2 pieces of DSP to decorate the front of our card. Now, where did I put all my bits? I just had them. Oh, they're there. So the DSP that I am using today is actually the specialty snowflake vellum. And we're just going to put these down. These are cut at 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. That is 1 7/8, right? Maybe it's 1 3/4. Yeah, no, 1 7/8. That's right. So 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And that's what I'm going to glue down here. Now, I want to show you a little trick to gluing vellum down, though, is I'm going to take my Stampin' seal and I'm going to put this on, but I'm going to keep it behind where the silver is on, like it's kind of in the iridescent silvery color here. I'm going to put it just behind where those are so that it kind of hides it. So my card is fully sticky on the back, but we're not going to see that adhesive show through. Oh, and I just got some on my table, so I'm just going to rub that away so we don't keep sticking to it. All right. Now, with that done, I am going to pop this one on right here. And there we go. Yeah, it is a great deal. $65 order to get you your dies and your gems is a fantastic deal. Yeah, now that's $65 before shipping and taxes, but yes, it is a fantastic deal. I have absolutely loved these Perfect Partners and have loved playing with them. Was so happy to be able to be a part of a team to put together a little tutorial for you as well, so you have lots of ideas on how to use them. We have cards in there using the apple harvest and the birthday piggies. Oh, what else? Like, yeah, all of them. It's great. All right. So there we go. So I've just hidden that adhesive behind our little iridescent silvery bits. So we've got that beautiful vellum on there now, and you can't even see the adhesive. It's great. All right. Oh, let's go. Yeah. All right. So now comes the really fun part of this card. So yeah, we have a box card right now, and you could put the decorative pieces on the back as well, but it's the back. Nobody's going to really be looking at it. So I'm not going to. So that's the front of our card. Now I'm going to bring in some pieces. Oh, and you guys have a decision to make for me. We're going to put a little scarf on our Yeti. And I've got some fresh freesia or some sweet sorbet. And so just looking at those, what scarf would you like our Yeti to have? So if you want to throw a comment in and let me know, fresh freesia or sweet sorbet. And while you're telling me that, I'm going to start stamping our Yeti. So I've put our Yeti onto, which block is this? A block E. And we're going to stamp him on here. Now this piece of cardstock I have cut down to 3 1/4 wide so that it's going to fit nicely through my my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You can, of course, use your big machine, but when you're using the small one, you want to make sure your papers are smaller than 3 1/4 so that they go through nicely. All right, so I've just used some Memento Black to ink up my Yeti, and I'm going to kind of stamp him near the bottom, only because I know I'm trying to fit a little mug in here as well. All right, we've got 2 sweet sorbets and a fresh freesia. All right, I'll give people a little bit more time and we'll see what the final answer is. Oh, another sweet sorbet. All right. And then up here, I'm just going to stamp a little mug. It's not going to stay there because we have a die cut to remove that. So we're going to stamp that up there. All right. So looks like we've got 3 sweet sorbets. I did actually have the fresh freesia out because I was really tempted to try it with fresh freesia, but maybe that will be another card in my blog post, because it looks like fresh freesia, or sorry, sweet sorbet is the winner. So I'm going to pull down my sweet sorbet. And sorry, Kathy. All right, so I'm actually going to start with my Pool Party Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to do a few things with these. I'm going to take this small tip and color in his little horns and his little eyelids, a little bit around the edges of his face. Okay, then with that done, I'm going to take the wider tip of my light Pool Party and I'm going to color in the whole face. And I'm going to use the smaller tip to blend that dark in with the light. And there we go. All right, now I'm going to grab that small tip, or sorry, the paintbrush tip again. And I'm actually going to just go all the way around him, super, like not careful, just a super quick little paintbrush outline of him. Because I'm going to be putting him onto a white background, I want there to be some kind of definition between him and his white background. All right, and I'm going to do the same to my mug. All right, including up around the little steamy bits. All right, so that is our Pool Party Light and Dark. Now it looks like Sweet Sorbet is the winner on this one. So we're going to use Sweet Sorbet to color in our mug. So I'm going to start with my light Sweet Sorbet and color that in. And then I'm going to grab my dark Sweet Sorbet and just darken up the inside, a little bit around the outside, and over top of that snowflake. There we go. All right, so it's just a subtle coloring, but it adds something. And one more, I'm going to use the Sweet Sorbet for his tongue as well, the light one. All right, so we've got that all done. I'm going to grab our Sweet Sorbet little piece as well. I'll save that and I'll make another card and show you guys the fresh freesia. And with that done, we're going to grab our dies, these exclusive 3 days left to get them dies. And we're going to die cut these bits. So let's see if I can get this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Isn't it an adorable set? And what I love about it is the phrases aren't all Christmas. So there's like some fun little banners and gifts, and one that just says, what was it? Something about, are you Yeti? Get Yeti to party. It's your birthday. So it can totally be used as birthday cards as well, not just Christmas. You could even use it for Valentine's. There's a little heart and everything in there, and you could do that. All right, so we've got this. I'm going to grab my Yeti die. Come on, there we go. I'm going to grab my Yeti die and put that around him. And there we go, and that looks pretty centered. And we've also got a little die to cut out that coffee mug. There we go. So put that one in like that, and we'll run these through, and then we'll cut out his scarf separately. All right. So let's get that going. There we go. Oh, I just dropped our card base on the floor. All right. Now I need that one more time because we're going to cut out our scarf as well. Let go. There we go. All right. That to the side and that to the side. So now I'm going to put down that piece of sweet sorbet. I'm going to put down the scarf die right on top of it and roll that one through. And what I love about this scarf is it's not just the die cut, it also embosses it to make it the cutest little striped scarf with nothing, like no extra work on your part needed. So it's already got like the little stripes in there. You could even cut it out of white and then color in the stripes and make your scarf whatever color you wanted it to be. All right. So we've got these little bits done now. We're going to attach our scarf on here. I find the easiest way to do that is with mini glue dots. You could use liquid glue as well. But then you kind of have to be gentle with it until the liquid glue has dried so that it doesn't slide around. Whereas if I use mini glue dots, where I place it is where it's going to stay, which normally scares me. But for the scarf, I appreciate that. The scarf won't be as noticeable if I get it a little crooked. All right. So there we go. Put his little scarf on. Oh, so sweet. I know, so super cute. I just absolutely love this Yeti. Okay, and oh, sorry, one more mini glue dot. I got to put that coffee mug onto his hand. So I'm going to put a mini glue dot behind the handle of the mug and pop that into his hand. There we go. All right. Next up is I have got a 2 5/8. Yeah, 2 5/8 square here. And I want to position him so that he's kind of just covering up this bottom corner fully. And so now I can see what kind of space I have. I'm going to stamp the sentiment Winter Wishes on there. And I'm actually going to use Bermuda Bay ink to do that. All right, so there we go. I have my Winter Wishes. So I haven't glued them down or anything. I'm just kind of waiting to see what kind of space I've got. All right, Winter Wishes. There we have it. Now, while I have my Bermuda Bay out, I am going to grab one of the snowflakes from the stamp set as well. And maybe just a scrap paper so I don't wreck my background here. And I'm going to stamp off and then stamp some snowflakes. Oh, I went and wrecked my background anyways. Oh well. Making sure to always do that stamp off though. Super duper important. And I'm just going to put some snowflakes around there. Okay, I think 3 will do it. And actually, while I have it out, I'm going to do my envelope as well. I love to always put something fun on my envelope. So again, making sure to stamp off. I don't want these to be, super intrusive on the front of my envelope. All right. And just a few. Just some fun. All right. That is done. Now, let's see, move this out of the way, that out of the way. I don't need that anymore. All right, we are ready to put this together. So the next thing I need is, this is the largest square from the Stylish Shapes dies. If you guys don't have these, they're incredible. Banners, squares, circles, all double stitched. So both the shape you cut out and the outline left behind get the stitching, and they are fantastic. So I've used the largest Stylish Shape squares to cut out this square. And I'm going to glue my winter wishes right onto there. And you'll see at 2 5/8, it just fits inside so we can see the stitching. And there you go. So I am going to use liquid glue for this, because if I don't get it quite right, I definitely want to be able to wiggle it around. So here we go. All right. So I'm not sure what the weather's like where you guys are, but today we have clouds and it looks like possibly rain coming, which would normally make me quite sad, but it's been so beautiful. I've not been getting all my housework and crafting done, so I'm quite happy actually for the break in the weather, so that I don't feel guilty staying indoors. All right, now we are going to attach this to our card front, but we're going to attach it with these cool little like mechanisms, or whatever you want to call them. I have got 2 little pieces of cardstock that match. Oh, they're not even the right size though. That's interesting. All right, I'm gonna cut one down. I want them to both be the same size, so I'm gonna cut one down to 2 1/4. I actually had wanted them both to be 2 1/2, but one of mine is too short, so I do want them both to be the same size though. That's really important. So 1 1/4 by 2 1/2 would be preferred. Mine are 2 1/4 though. And then we're just going to score these in half. So you can either just fold them or grab your paper trimmer and your scoring blade and score them at 1 1/8. So 1 1/8. And I am going to score mine because I want even straight folds, because this does affect how our front piece will sit. So 1 1/8. If you actually have yours cut at 2 1/2, then you're going to score it at 1 1/4. All right. There we go. So with those scored, we can fold them in half. And we're going to put adhesive, strong adhesive, so tear and tape or Seal Plus. We're going to use strong adhesive on one side of the fold. Okay, that's probably way overkill. And I'm going to take my card here, and I'm not going to put this on the crease, but I'm going to put it right beside the crease with the opening facing out, so the folds meet up. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Put some adhesive on one side and put it down right beside it. So again, not on the crease, but right beside it. All right. So now we've got that little like V happening. Oh, good morning. It just says Facebook user, so I'm not sure who's popped on, but thanks for joining. We're just creating with the very exclusive, almost gone Yeti dies and the Yeti to Party stamp set. All right, so now what I've gone and done is I've put adhesive, strong adhesive again, on the front flaps of this, and I'm going to take my square and center it. Just stand up to do that. I'm going to center my square on my card front and push down. Now what that's done is when my card stands up, that front piece is going to stay visible, and it's kind of a really cool look when it's sitting on a mantle or something. But it lays flat to go into an envelope. Isn't that awesome? So I learned this one at a creative convention this weekend, which is just another perk of being a demonstrator, is that we gather together as demonstrators and do all these great trainings and sharing ideas. A massive benefit to being a part of my Stampin team, because we're quite an active stamping group. All right, so now I'm just going to finish decorating this. So I've put some dimensionals on the back of my Yeti. I want to make sure that all those dimensionals are going to stay on this white piece. I don't want them accidentally sticking to my background. So I was careful when I did my mug that I kind of kept it close to where his hand is. All right, now I want to make sure that his scarf will fit inside the envelope when we do this. So I'm watching the edge of his scarf as I put him down. I want to be covering up that back corner as well, though, and that his hand stays on as well. All right, so there we go. We've got him down, so he's going to fit inside our envelope. We're almost done our card. The last little bit is, of course, the adhesive back sequins and gems. And this is my little gift to people, a thank you gift to people, if they place an order using that host code in the video description before the end of our Perfect Partners promotion. All right, and then I'm just going to throw a bunch of these sequins, and I am using kind of the more my Coastal Cabana Pool Party colored ones. And one down there. All right, and I think that's all we need. We don't need too much more. I might actually move that one up. No. There we go. All right, so we've just got those little guys thrown on there. And that is our super cute finished card. And I guess you'd call this like a box card, because when you stand it up, it'll stand like that. And then what people will see is this great card front. So that is our fantastic card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that one and that fun fold. Oh, for sure, I can show you the other vellum sheets. They are fantastic. So we've got, this is the one that I use, the iridescent with the large snowflakes. Then we have iridescent with like the little dots all over it. And we have a third iridescent. This one's kind of more like boxy, I guess. It's not the random patterned snowflakes. They're kind of in a very specific sequence. It makes it easier to like cut out a strip and stuff like that. So that one. And then we have the same three patterns. These ones don't show up as well on the screen. Sorry, you guys. Same three patterns, but in, oh, hi, Marika. In like a flocking. So it's like fuzzy white, textured and everything. And so we've got that same kind of more geometrical one. The random large snowflakes in the white flocking. And then the white dots everywhere. And I love the texture. I love feeling this one. So cool. All right, so that is it. So you could actually make so many cards using all of the different vellums as the backgrounds with this same style. So yeah, the vellum paper is fantastic. If you already have the Yetis, you can also buy the dies separately. But if you don't have them, you can actually buy it as a bundle and save 10%, which is nice. And yeah, like I said, for the next few days until the end of September, I have that $65 order. It gets you the tutorial for this card, a tutorial that has 8 of the Perfect Partners cards in it, and then those free gems, adhesive back sequins and gems. So it's kind of coming up to the end of our Stampin' Up! Year, and October 1st, we've got so many exciting things happening. It's the start of a new Stampin' Up! Year, so it's a great time to join my team. But it's also just a great time to come and stamp with me. Stampin' Up! Is offering a World Card Making Day online event, and that's something else that you can get in on right now. They've got 3 bundles, and they're giving away, I want to say it's the iridescent pearls, if you purchase any one of those 3 bundles that they're focusing on. So the cottage rose, the cottage wreaths, and an early release set called Warm Welcome. And there's information about that on my blog, so you can go to stampinwithleah.ca and see all of that information. Yeah, that's about it. And then the last thing I just wanted to let you know is I do have a lot of card classes coming up, and kind of my goal for the new year is to offer a lot more classes than I have been, both online, and I am super excited to say in person again starting in November. You may see that my desk behind me is getting a little bit cleared off. It's my big job that needs to be completed by Monday, is to completely clean out my office and get it ready for people again. So I'm very excited about that. Now, for those of you who join me from all across Canada, I will still be doing my online classes. I'm just going to be offering an in-person version of them as well. So you won't be missing out by joining me online. Yeah, so that's happening. And if you want to keep in the know with everything that's going on with Stampin' Up! And with my classes, you can also click the link there to sign up for my newsletter. I often send out early information about classes to people through my newsletter, so they get first shot at things. And that's also how you'll find out about things like if I'm offering a BOGO sale and stuff like that. So definitely click that link and join my newsletter if you're not already part of it. And if you don't live in Canada, I do offer PDF tutorials for people who live outside of Canada. So that's always a way. And my online classes, of course, you can join the online component. I just can't send you product. Yeah. Oh, I know, Jacqueline. Trust me, even within BC, I know there's lots of people who can't make it all the way up to my place. So I will still be doing the online. Don't worry. I quite like the online. It's relaxing, and I can, you know, just kind of walk in and not worry about cleaning up my whole house. Just making sure that this space is presentable. So it's good. All right. Well, thank you so much. I will be live again next Wednesday morning. But before that, watch for me to pop on October 1st. That's this Saturday, during World Card Making Day. I will be watching what Stampin' Up! Is presenting, but I'll also be popping onto my own page on Saturday with fun little challenges and prize draws and stuff like that to celebrate World Card Making Day. So I hope you guys can join me on Saturday. I've kind of set aside the day to stamp and enjoy what Stampin' Up's offering, and to offer you guys some stuff. Oh, Jacqueline, I'll talk to you about club a little bit later. I'm just trying to revamp my calendar for the start of the new year, so I'm not sure if it's going to be Thursdays or not. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.